Hey guys, what's going on? Mark the Shark reaching out to you guys with another video of Dragon Ball Super. Today we're going to be reviewing episode 106, which is titled Finish Him, Death Match with an Invisible Attacker. Now this is going to be my personal opinion here, so the review itself is my own personal opinion, so I can't state that enough. But I think this episode was not that great, but you may like it. If you like it, then great, but I personally didn't care for it that much. Specifically for coming from last week's episode, which I loved. I love the Master Roshi themed episode. To me, there wasn't enough to it, and I didn't really care that much about the enemies, and I feel like it was a waste of an episode. But I guess it made Toei a lot of money, and obviously they're extending out the series. But yeah, let's get into the actual review itself. Now the beginning and the end are kind of the best parts for me. There's a character that gets introduced early on with Gohan and Piccolo. His name was Dr. Roda, and I believe he's from Universe 6, and he's like a pig-looking, I think he's like a pig-looking character who basically shows up, and you think he's going to be like a challenge to the group, but he's like more of a comical character where he's basically gloating about an ability that he has, and when he's right about to explain his ability, he gets sniped. So this is like the beginning of the episode where our heroes start getting sniped from another fighter from the other universes, and it's just funny how they just interrupt him while he's about to explain what his ability is. So at this point, Gohan and Piccolo have to start dodging these beams that are coming at them. I believe the person's name is Prum. He's the big red guy. I'm gonna post some pictures here showing off exactly what he looks like. But he's the one who basically summons like these marble-looking devices. So it looks like large marbles that he summons, and he actually can summon quite a bit of them. And he can direct a beam of energy through all of them, so he can see through the marbles. It looks like, find his target and lead a beam right to them, going through all the marbles. So kind of an interesting way on how they did a whole sniping technique, at least with the character. And it's kind of cool how in Dragon Ball Super, not everybody is powerful, so they find other ways of introducing abilities that these people have that can kind of deal with, say, Goku and friends on like their power levels and stuff. So I think it's a good job on I guess Toriyama and maybe his team developing these characters that kind of interfere with the normal traditional way that we see enemies. So while Gohan and Piccolo are actually dealing with Prum at the moment, Vegeta, Goku, and Tien, all three of them actually start getting themselves involved with Prum's attacks. So they actually find out where he's located and interrupt him. At least Goku and Vegeta do. So all said and done, Vegeta ends up shooting a blast at him, and we find out here that he's actually able to absorb the energy from a blast and shoot it right back by using a reflection technique right back at Vegeta. So basically, Ki Blasts don't do a thing. And we find out that there's another character, I believe his name was Hermilla if I remember correctly. He is the one who's basically shooting a blast into Prum, and Prum is directing the blast through the marbles that he creates, causing them to accurately hit his enemy. So basically it's a tag team technique, but without one, the other one is kind of useless. And we kind of find out that pretty quickly that Prum is kind of useless without Hermilla, so that I thought was pretty interesting. While Goku and Vegeta are actually confronting Prum, Tien is leaving it up to himself to actually take care of Hermilla. So at this time, it was cool to see the move come back. So Tien actually used the multiform technique, and what he was doing was kind of distracting Hermilla while he was blasting him. So basically, it looks like he was using his third eye technique, I think it is, where it helps him find. He's using that technique to pretty much help him find where Hermilla is located, and at the same time, Hermilla is actually hitting Tien, and I guess he's using the other forms as a distraction. And eventually, he ends up finding him, and all said and done, Tien uses. It looks like, I think it was the Tri-Beam technique, but they actually referred it to. Hang on, I got my notes here. They referred it to as a move called New Ki Blast Cannon. So I'm not sure if it was the same or a different move, but at least his hand gesture looked like the Tri-Beam Cannon. So maybe that's what it's called in the Japanese dub or the Japanese language, but I'm not sure. Now, at this point, Tien basically has Hermilla down on his knees. He's basically defeated him, and before Tien can actually finish him off, Hermilla ends up destroying the ground beneath him, pretty much taking Tien out. So Tien's going to be out of the tournament, and it's kind of upsetting that, but he didn't really do much. I guess he assisted Master Roshi on a previous knockout, but Hermilla did end up destroying the ground. At the same time, while Tien is falling, he uses his other multiform forms to grab Hermilla and take him with him. So basically, Hermilla's out of the picture as well, while Tien is as well. So basically, they're both out. So I think that's kind of a cool way to do it, but I'm kind of upset that Tien didn't really have, as many knockouts as the other players. So kind of disappointing there. But eventually we're at a point where a lot of the main cast, or not main cast, I guess they are main cast. A lot of our Universe 7 members are going to start getting knocked out occasionally, because they're getting pretty dwindled down. I think we have maybe 35 people left in the tournament, so we're getting kind of close to the end, guys. Now remember, at the same time, we do have Goku and Vegeta versus Prum. I guess after Hermilla ended up getting knocked out, Prum knew that it was over, and he tried to escape. And this is the other funny part I talked about in the beginning of the video, where we find out that Dr. Rhoda is actually still alive. We kind of thought he was dead or knocked out. We know he's not dead because Prum would have been disqualified. But we thought he was still knocked out. So basically, Dr. Rhoda comes out of nowhere, grabs Prum, and basically we go through the whole thing again, where where Dr. Rhoda is trying to explain exactly what his ability is. And before he even says anything, Vegeta knocks them both off with a Galick Gun. And I thought that was hilarious. Basically, we don't even know what Dr. Rhoda's ability is, and I really want to know, I'm not going to lie. But I thought that was pretty funny. So before we can hear it, he gets knocked off. So basically, Prum from Universe 2, I think Hermilla from Universe 2, as well as Rhoda from Universe 7 has been knocked out. So 3 people out this level, this round. Was it 4 people, including Tien. So yeah, this is pretty much getting closer and closer to the end, guys. I think we don't have an episode happening, just so you guys are fully aware, we do not have an episode this coming Saturday, but the next Saturday after is where I think we're supposed to get our special. It's supposed to be our hour special, I'm not too entirely sure, but we are getting closer to the tournament, to that big epic battle between Goku and Jiren, and Goku's new transformation. So the hype train is here, guys. We get to see exactly what happens. And I'm really stoked for next week's episode too. So I think I'm gonna maybe do like a little analysis on the next episode, but depending if you guys want me to. So if you want to leave any comments down there below, let me know if you guys want to see more content on the current episodes coming out, and if you want me to review the basically next episode preview, I will certainly take advantage of that and do that for you guys. But that's all I have, guys. It was really fun reviewing this for you guys. If you guys liked it and say you're new to the channel, hit that sub button. That really would help me out. And with that said, you guys have a good one. Peace.